President Donald Trump has once again reshaped his inner circle. But instead of a dramatic firing, he's opted for a softer landing for one of his highest-profile officials. Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem is being moved out of her role and into a new diplomatic position, as part of what insiders describe as a broader pattern in Trump's second term: reassign, don't remove. According to senior officials, Noem will become a special envoy for the Shield the Americas, a new hemispheric security initiative focused on border control, migration, and regional cooperation across North, Central, and South America. The White House has hinted that more details on the project and on Noem's exact portfolio will be released at an upcoming weekend event, where Trump is expected to cast the move as a promotion rather than a demotion. Trump has publicly praised Noem's performance on border security, highlighting a steep increase in deportations and more aggressive enforcement as major accomplishments. But behind the scenes, aides say the president has been eager to reset the tone at the Department of Homeland Security, which has faced sustained criticism over chaotic implementation of immigration crackdowns, humanitarian concerns at detention facilities, and internal friction with other agencies. Reassigning Noem allows Trump to change leadership at DHS without admitting a misstep in his original pick. This approach fits a now familiar pattern in Trump's administration. Controversial or under-fire officials are quietly shifted sideways, often with flattering titles in overseas roles, instead of being abruptly fired in public. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, for example, was moved toward a United Nations ambassadorship after mishandling a secure communications channel, avoiding a high-profile dismissal that could have raised further questions about the administration's handling of sensitive information. Similarly, former IRS Commissioner Billy Long departed his powerful domestic post only to resurface as a nominee for ambassador to Iceland, framed as a reward for loyal service. Supporters say this soft landing strategy keeps talented loyalists inside Trump's orbit, preserves party unity, and reduces the drama that defined much of his first-term staffing churn. They argue that reassignments give the president flexibility to reset troubled agencies while still projecting stability and continuity to voters and foreign partners. Critics, however, see something very different: a way to sidestep accountability, avoid tough questions, and shuffle problematic figures out of Washington's glare without resolving the underlying issues that led to conflict in the first place. For Kristi Noem, the move raises sharp questions about her political future. Once seen as a potential vice presidential pick and a rising star on the national stage, she will now be operating mostly overseas and in diplomatic forums that draw far less day-to-day media coverage than a cabinet-level job. Allies insist the envoy role will expand her foreign policy credentials and keep her in Trump's good graces. Yet some Republicans quietly wonder whether being pushed out of DHS is a sign that her once meteoric ascent inside Trump world has stalled. What's clear is that this is no isolated personnel move. Noem's reassignment is part of a broader reshuffle that shows how Trump has adjusted his governing style in his second term, trading the spectacle of televised firings for a more controlled system of internal transfers, rebrandings, and diplomatic exits. The stakes, however, remain just as high. Immigration, border security, and America's image abroad will all be shaped by who holds these roles, no matter how quietly they are moved.